form content dead. They are battling it out with short form content right now, and I have a very strong opinion about short form versus long form content, and so this is why I'm creating this video, because if I feel the pressure in creating short form content right now, I know you feel the pressure of creating short form content right now, and I wanna talk about the elephant in the room, because there are some people who are hesitant in starting their YouTube channel or putting focus on their long form content because there's such a big push and advocate right now for doing short form. So I'm gonna be sharing in this video some pros, some cons on both sides, and I'm gonna let you make your own decision, because I have my opinions, other people have their opinions, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to do what's right for you, okay? Sometimes you have to hop on the trend, sometimes you gotta let that trend ride by. So that's what this video was for, so stay tuned. Of course, my name is Lashawnda Smith, and I am a content creator and business coach. I'm technically not a business coach anymore, but I don't have a additional name to call myself yet, because I help people with business and branding. So just stay with me on that, because I haven't figured that part out. So anyway, I digress. Let's just move on to the meat of the video. So short form content is really starting to get into the same category for me as Instagram. And that's a whole nother video for another day, but I'm going to be as unbiased as possible in sharing different perspectives with these pros and these cons. So let's start with the pros of having short form content. And I have like a little notebook right here, because I want to make sure that I hit on everything that's important. So here's some major benefits of having short form content or creating short form content. The very first thing is it takes a lot less time to create short form content, depending on your production style. Because some people, I look at their content and I'm like, whoo child, how long did it take you to make that 30-second clip? But anyways, for the most part, if you're creating short form content, it typically takes a lot less time than it would if you created long form content, because you're looking at creating something that is a 15-second, 30-second, maybe 60-second clip versus creating a video that is 5, 10, maybe even 20 minutes long in long form style. The second benefit of short form is that you can grow your metrics pretty fast. Like, that's one of the up and ups that they have on long form right now. You can go viral on your first video when you create short form content. I went viral twice creating short form. This was back during the C-word days, but when short form was kind of like the new thing, and it was fun. Like, I enjoyed creating it, and I went viral 2 different times, and I was able to grow my TikTok account to 35,000 subscribers. And I had my first viral video was like 500,000 views. And then the next viral video I had hit 1.2 million views. And the metrics was metricing. Okay, it was doing its thing. So that's one of the benefits of doing short form. Like, you never know when you're gonna go viral, and you have a better chance of going viral and getting a lot of views when you create short form content. And then the last benefit that I want to talk about with short form is that the organic reach is unmatched right now. Like, the organic reach right now, regardless of what platform you're on, all of the platforms are kind of competing with the short form content. And so they are doing a big push of getting people to create short form. And so a lot of people are getting that organic reach and organic views when they are creating this type of video. So that's a major benefit, because if you are trying to grow your platforms, you want to typically utilize what they are organically pushing right now. So that comes with new features, new things that they're like competing with other platforms with. And right now it's short form. So everybody trying to get a piece of the cake or a piece of the pie. And so if you create short form content, you don't have to really worry about paying for exposure. Like, you don't have to worry about running ads or anything like that in order to get in front of the people that you're looking to get in front of. You don't really have to worry about using a whole bunch of hashtags to try to, like, boost the algorithm. For the most part, you could just create the content and just be consistent, and you're going to get some organic reach versus if you were to create any other type of content right now. Now, the downside, let's talk about the downside of short form content, okay? The views and the metrics are very inconsistent. I'm gonna give you a perfect example based on my own personal experience. I also have other receipts or feedback from other videos that I have watched that have also said the same thing, okay? So for one, regardless of how many subscribers or followers you get off of going viral with short form content or with having like videos that do really well with short form, the metrics are so unbalanced right now, it kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit. So when I went viral and I had my videos doing really, really well at that time, I still couldn't understand how I had 35,000 subscribers on TikTok and my videos on average were still getting like 100 views. Some maybe 5, maybe 1,000. So if you have 35,000 followers on a platform like TikTok, you would think that you would have on average at least about 5,000 views, maybe 10,000 views on average. But one thing that I have really noticed on these platforms, and not just with my page, it's been with multiple different people's pages that I've followed on TikTok, YouTube now, and even Instagram at times. They will have a ton of followers from going viral a few times with their content, but their average view count will not match what their followers are. And so it kind of creates like this question mark, like, is this hurting my numbers? Like, is this hurting my back end? Because if I have all of these followers, are they either just not seeing the content, or are you guys just not pushing the content? Like, it just creates this question mark. So that's a major downside, because it's hard to grow a community or build a community when you feel like you're building one or you're growing one and you see the numbers, but the metrics that you are seeing in the long term don't match the original numbers that you've been getting. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. Another downside is they do not pay for short form content. Like, you literally make pennies on the dollar. You really don't make a lot of money whenever you're creating short form. And when I say that, I mean specifically from the platform. So like, anybody that has ever pursued YouTube knows that they have the YouTube partnership program. I don't know what the official name is, but where you can get paid for having them run ads on your channel. And so with TikTok, they created the Creator Fund. I was a part of the Creator Fund when I went viral, and I made, I want to say, $120 off of my video that made 1.2 million views. And don't get me wrong, like, look, we went out to eat, okay? We went and got some crab legs with that little bit of money, but that was when the Creator Fund first came out. And over time, people started getting paid even less and less than that. And they were literally getting paid pennies on a dollar for going viral on TikTok. And then Instagram is no better. I've never been a part of their paid program, but I've heard a ton of creators say how little Instagram was paying their creators for their views and their videos on like Reels and stuff like that. And now they've like completely suspended that. So you're not even getting paid on Instagram for creating Reels anymore. And it's the numbers don't match. And these platforms have even vocalized that they are struggling to make money on short form content. So it's hard for them to pay the creators because they're really not making money off of it either. And it's like this whole thing. So if you're looking to create content and get paid for creating your content, short form is not gonna make you that much. Like, just point blank, it's not gonna make you that much. And then two other major downsides to short form content is that it is really, really hard right now to convert your short form content audience over to your long form content. So people who typically are watching your short form content, they are not interested in your long form content. And people who are watching your long form content are typically not interested in your short form content. They have not been able to find a way to get these people to pollinate across platforms. And that's a problem, because if you are doing really, really good on YouTube specifically, like the YouTube Shorts thing, and I also have another video, I don't know if it's out yet, but I've created a video on why I am choosing not to pursue YouTube Shorts on my YouTube platform. So if the video is up, make sure you check that out. I'll put it up here once it is out. But imagine getting 5,000 subscribers off of doing YouTube Shorts on your platform, and then your views are looking good in the short form content, but then with the long form content where the money really is, you're only getting like 100 views and you have 5,000 subscribers. So that is the issue. That's a common issue that a lot of people are dealing with right now. Even Think Media came out and was talking about how, although they're getting a ton of subscribers, and Think Media is one of the biggest YouTube channels right now, like in the YouTube industry, like for people that talk about how to grow on YouTube. and they have like over 1 million. They may have like a few million subscribers on their channel, but they were talking about how they were growing their channel a lot with creating short form content. They were getting a ton of subscribers, a ton of views on there, but the people who are watching their short form content are not watching their long form content, and the people who are watching their long form videos are not watching their short form content. So you're almost catering to two different audiences. And you have to make the decision, like, do I want to commit to catering to two different audiences? Not even if you want to, but do you have the stamina to sustain marketing to two different types of audiences? And only you can answer that question for yourself, because right now, if you're creating short form, like, you're basically targeting two different people. And then it's hard to build a community. How many times have you intentionally went to someone's page from TikTok or Instagram, or if you're a YouTube Shorts watcher, from YouTube Shorts, and be like, oh, let me check on this creator and see what new content they've created? Probably never. Probably never. And if you have been interested in checking on a creator, you probably don't even remember their name. And do not act like you don't know what I'm talking about, because there's a ton of short form content creators that I love. I love when they come across my, my For You page or whatever on TikTok specifically. I don't know their name. I would never be able to find them and search. I don't know their name. I just have to hope that they're going to pop up. I'm a part of their community, but I'm not invested enough to remember their name. And that's a problem. Versus long form content, there are literally creators that I go to their page on a regular basis to see if they have posted new content, because I am a part of their community. And so if you are interested in growing a community, then you really need to be mindful of what the short form content is going to do in reference to that in the long term. Now let's jump over to long form content. This specifically includes YouTube videos, but this also kind of includes podcasting as well. So if you have a YouTube channel where you are hosting your podcast on there and you're doing a video podcast or something like that, I feel like this kind of applies to that as well. So here's a few benefits of long form content. It's evergreen content. This one alone seals the deal for me. Evergreen content is basically content that once you post it and once you create it and you post it on your platform, it continues to produce results over time. So I produced this video today. When I post this video will get views for years and years to come, as long as I keep it on this platform. That's evergreen content. So one of the major benefits to creating YouTube videos or even video podcasts on YouTube is that your videos can continue to perform and make you money even years after you've forgotten all about that video. And that's one of the major reasons why I love a platform like YouTube, because you have to put in the work to do the editing, you got to do the post-production, you got to be creative, get the video out there. But once you do that, now you're letting that video work for you. Now that hard work is paying off in the long term, because that video is going to continue to basically promote you and your brand and get in front of the right audience while you're working on other avenues. A second benefit to doing long form content is that it's easier to build an audience, because you have to think about it. You're starting to learn about this person. You're starting to see their personality. You're able to connect with them because you're with them for a longer period of time versus being with them for 15 seconds and scrolling and seeing 5,100 creators. You're seeing that one creator, you're listening to them for 10, 20 minutes. And if you're binge watching their content, 9 times out of 10, you're starting to gravitate and like that person. And eventually you're going to start becoming a part of their community because you resonate with them in some type of way. You vibe with them for whatever reason. And now you're building a community around your YouTube channel. It's really easy to do that when you're on YouTube versus creating short form content. And then the third one, this is where the money resides, okay? The money resides in the long form content, okay? There's so many reasons why the money resides in the long form content. It really does. And don't come at me. I don't remember the guy that made that. Look, I just like you, okay? I like the word, so don't come for me. But you make money from ad revenue. You can make money from affiliate links. You can make money from putting your own ads in your videos. If I wanted to promote a program right now, I could be like, hey, if you're interested in click my link to join my program or buy my course or buy my digital product. There's so many ways to make money from doing long form content. You can get sponsorships, you can get brand deals from, doing long form content, and you put them in your videos. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do that on short form, but for one, it's definitely not as much money in it. And two, the money is in the long form, okay? The money is in the long form. You get speaking opportunities. You can get so many different opportunities from doing long form. And I cannot advocate about this part enough. And I kind of already hit on this one, but you can grow your brand and business from creating long form content. Now, you can also grow and build your brand and business from short form. But when you think about teaching someone specifically in like an education space, if you're a coach, consultant, service provider, course creator, something like that, you using this platform to educate your audience and attract your target audience, you can grow your business like this because you can create videos specifically for your target customer or your target client and then let them make the next step. When people come on YouTube, they are looking for the information on how to do something. They're looking to solve a problem. And if you're creating content on solving that problem, 9 times out of 10, they are ready to take that next step. And if you have created an audience on your YouTube channel, then they are already warmed up to you as the person that is teaching them. They're already warmed up to you as the creator, as the educator, as the authority figure in that space. And they're going to be more likely to purchase from you than to purchase from someone that they just happen to stumble across on short form that's teaching the exact same thing that they don't know anything about. And they've only been able to hear from them for 30 seconds on like some quick tips. So just keep that in mind when you are considering creating long form versus short form. Now, some downsides. I love my long form content, but there are some downsides as well. So I'm going to hit on those. There's definitely a bigger learning curve when it comes to creating long form content. You have to learn how to edit and not just edit on your phone. Like 9 times out of 10, you're going to need Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere or some type of computer software where you can download your video and literally like do your editing. Versus you can edit your short form content on your phone. Like you can use CapCut, you can use the Instagram app. I think YouTube Shorts just came out with a YouTube editing thing for short form content. And then TikTok has editing in their platform as well. So the learning curve is definitely more when it comes to creating long form. You have to think about the thumbnails, the title. You have to think about SEO. You have to think about a lot more than when you're creating short form content. And then that goes into the next con. It takes longer to create. I've been sitting here talking to y'all for 20 minutes. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to cut this down to 10 minutes. But as a recording, I'm at 20 minutes and 54 seconds. So this alone has taken me more time to create. This is not including post-production time. It's probably going to take me about an hour to edit this video. And then it's probably going to take me another hour to get this video completely uploaded and scheduled on YouTube. So it takes longer. Versus you can create a short right now and it may take you 30 minutes to get that short up if you're trying to post it today. It may take you maybe 5-10 minutes to create it, 5-10 minutes to edit it, and boom, your job is done. Another downside is that it really does require consistency for this to pay off. Like I said with short form, you can post a video on there and go viral on your very first video. It's really like playing the lottery. You just don't know which one is going to happen to take off. With YouTube, it is very, very unlikely that that's going to happen, especially if you're at the beginning stages of growing your channel. 9 times out of 10, it's going to take you a good year or two. And I hate to say it, but it's going to take you a good year or two because a lot of people, they will start a channel and then they will fall off. There's the fall off season. And then there's the pick it back up season. And then there's the fall off again season. And then there's the, oh no, for real, I'm going to do this again season. And then you're going to, so normally by the time you go through those stages, it takes more time for it to pay off. Versus with shorts, it gives you that short-term dopamine hit. It gives you that short-term gratification. It gives you that short-term success. But it's really not the success that you think it is. Because when you get success in short form, a lot of the times, people that find success in short form content always come back over to long form content. But if you do long form content, the downside is it's going to take you some time. It's gonna take some time and consistency if you want to see the numbers start numbering, but it's worth it. I will say that. And then the last one, the viewer retention is hard to keep with long form content. If you have made it this far, then you must really like me, because I'm at 23 minutes and your girl can talk, okay? Your girl can talk. But for the most part, the average that someone will watch a video on YouTube is about 5 minutes. Normally, your average will be about 5 minutes if you can create really good videos. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people will still watch the full thing depending on the value in the content, depending on if they're already subscribed and they just vibe with you. But for the most part on YouTube, they want you to get your people to watch at least 30 seconds of the video, because if they watch at least 30 seconds, it's a higher chance that they're going to watch at least 5 minutes of it. Like, you've reeled them in and now they're probably going to watch at least 5 minutes. So when you're creating long form content, the downside is you don't have a beginning, middle, and end within 30 seconds. Like, you really have to find creative ways to keep their attention for that 10-20 minute video, whether that's B-roll. And for those that don't know what B-roll is when you have another video playing and you hear your voice in the background. So if I was talking, but then I just showed me like behind the scenes setting up my camera equipment or something like that, that's considered B-roll. So you have to be creative. You got to put some titles up there, and you got to do the bells and whistles. Versus with short form, you can still do that, but it's not necessarily required because of the style of content that people like. People like for people to talk to them in short form, but they like that raw, I don't even know the word that I'm trying to describe, but they like it to be real. They like that authentic content. Like, this is the mom that got the kids running around the house and she just picked up her camera and started recording a perspective on something real quick. And you can see the kids running around. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like that for that short form content. And then also with short form is really, really good for people that have visual businesses. So like if you sell cupcakes, or if you're a photographer, or like things like that, and you can kind of show people behind the scenes. Real estate, like if you're into real estate and you're doing tours on these extravagant houses, like short form is really good for that kind of stuff. But for long form, you got to find a way to keep their attention. So I'm going to end it there. You tell me, which one are you gravitating towards? Do you feel that long form content is dead? Do you prefer short form content over long form? And I mean as a consumer, not even as like a content creator. Do you prefer to watch long form over short form? And if you're still watching it and you got to this question, I think I already know the answer. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.